Hello YouTube fans, here again. And as you can see, I've got Bark a lot. My dog loves the bark. She's with me today. But today is not why I'm speaking. Today I thought I'd talk about you, my YouTube fans out there, and about a film what has made me curious. Now this was a film that was a cannibal film. I remember right, it was come out roughly about 2003. We were on the day. Yeah, about 2003. It's not an old one, and it's a cannibal film. That's right. It may be a little bit later in the 2000s, right? It's a cannibal film. Now, as we all know, cannibal films were more popular in the early 70s to the late 1980s, and then they sort of died off, as I say, in the Stone Age. They sort of died off. And you know what I mean? A lot of them with video nasties, let's say like Eaten Alive, Mountain of Cannibal Dogs, Man from Deep River, the list goes on. The most mature of all being Cannibal Holocaust, and the one that was banned in a number of countries, that being Cannibal Fairlock. But a lot of people didn't like them. There's a lot of animal cruelty in a lot of the cannibal films, a lot of animals being eaten, like you see the wildlife program, and not a lot of people liked them for that. And in the later days on video, when he did bring some of the old ones back out, sort of trimmed down the animal cruelty, so some of the door. But the director was a big lover of these cannibal films, and if I remember right, the film I'm going to talk about is The Gene Inferno. And originally, for people who may or may not know this, Teen Inferno originally was going to be the title for Cannibal Holocaust. Originally, Cannibal Holocaust was going to be called the Teen Inferno. And I remember right, there's a scene in Cannibal Holocaust where it sort of mentions the Teen Inferno. So let's get on with the bloody film. Right, apart from killing my dog. Let's go on with the film. So it's basically these wildlife people trying to protect the wildlife, trying to protect the rainforest and the jungle and all this. And they go on this aeroplane, long parole, the aeroplane accidentally crashes. And what the people don't know is it's riddled with cannibals. These are like a type of cannibals nobody's ever heard of, and they get abducted by the cannibals. Now, I've got to admit, the picture quality is beautiful, the shot is beautiful, there's bits where you see the Amazon jungle, really beautifully shot, but it's a very hard film, like most cannibals, to see. Happy to say there's no animal cruelty like the old cannibal films. You don't see any animals being tortured and killed like you did in the old cannibal films. I think happy to say in today's era you're never going to see animals getting hurt like the days of our Man from Deep River, or if, let's say, the Lost Cannibal World, or the list goes on. But it definitely doesn't fuck around. So you get these people, they get tattooed, you get this one woman, really nasty woman, right? You got this guy, right? And they get this guy. Okay, he's a bit on the big side, but nevertheless, he doesn't deserve to get what he gets. So they lie him down, they dope him up, and they lie him down, and this woman stamps his eyeballs out. You won't think you're going to see it, but it doesn't fuck around in the meat and feds. She stamps his eyeballs out, she cuts his tongue off, and then she slowly cuts his head off, right in front of all of his mates. Doing the what the fuck moment. Then you've got this other guy, and he's doped up, died to escape. There's a bit where these people are playing. He's doing this with his fingers. One of them's looking and laughing. Next thing you know, gets him, bites his finger off. The guy goes on panic mode, tries to run off, and then they get in. They all dangle up on him and rip him to pieces. He's got this one kid running around with his leg. Like, funny, but do some at the same time. But this other guy, one of the ringleaders on the wildlife program, is a bit of a dick. He will set his own people up. He will double cross people. He will shit on his own people to get out of Dodge. He's a selfish fuck, basically. And so you get this one woman, right? And she knows that there's a bit where they killed that big guy, and you got the idea they're still eating him. And they've got this one woman, and they're eating a bit of her skin. She goes on panic mode and kills herself. She slits her throat, gets out of dodge. But then the cannibals decide to eat her. And they've got this other woman. You've got the idea she's a virgin, who's one of the main characters, and they've got to put something in her. And she's begging for her life. They all play it right. They've got this other guy. They put like ants on him. The only issue here is they've got shitty CGI ants, and it's like, could you not put some ants on him? You look at the old cannibal films with the days of real bugs, real animals, real insects. Why not a fucking real fucking ants? Put a bit of honey on. You know what I mean? Put a few ants on him and then move it when the director or the cameraman says cut. It's not hard, is it? It's not going to do many hard to have a few ants on him for a few seconds. But you've got the idea of biting into him and he's slowly eating him. This one kid saves the girl and to save the guy who's have his face bitten off. He slits his throat, puts him out of his misery. The girl escapes and then these people are hunting him, they're shooting the cannibals. One of them what's the ringleader, he gets shot. Then you've got an idea that the one who's trying to get away, the one who's a dick, he gets knocked out by a knockout dad, so he gets out of dodge. Then you got idea it's a couple of months later, and you've got this guy, and he tells her, "Did you see any natives, any cannibals on there?" Because it was the jungle is known for having these very rare cannibals, and she denies it, which we all know, sort of a little bit of a lie. It kind of reminds me a bit of Cannibal Fairlock, where the girl denies what she's been through, and we all know what she's been through. There's a bit later on where you see the guy, the one who you thought got fingered, he was tattooed, she sees him, a bit shitty CGI, I didn't really need this bit, it's a nightmare scene, spoilers. She jumps out in a nightmare scene, bites his neck, and you realise it's a nightmare, and that guy is still tattooed, you don't know if he's dead, he's alive, the cannibals have killed him, you don't know anything of that. And then it ends like that. But to me, you got the idea the director was kill me dog. The director was a big lover of these cannibal films, and he was influenced by the cannibal film, the mother of most cannibal films, being Cannibal Holocaust. You know what I mean? It's like originally we all know Cannibal Holocaust was going to be called the Teen Inferno. And at the end, you got all the words coming up about cannibal films. It'd be the very first one of them all being, remember right there, I keep saying it, The Man from Cheap River, The Lost Cannibal World, Mountain of the Cannibal Gods, Cannibal Fairlock, Eaten Alive, Cannibal Holocaust, the list goes on. It sort of does that, which is sort of a love letter to all the classic cannibal films. Would they ever make any more cannibal films? It's not for me to say yes. It's not for me to say no. We'd never know. But it's kind of there. I mean, it's one I could watch. I probably wouldn't watch it again. It's disturbing. But compared to films, let's say, like Cannibal Fairlock, Cannibal Holocaust, not as bad as them sort of films. I can still watch it. Probably as a time waster. I mean, it's beautifully shot. The picture quality is sharp. It's beautiful quality. It's got beautiful widescreen and everything. But like most cannibal films, if you don't like seeing people getting tortured and killed, it's not the film for you. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. It's not the film for you. But for what it is, I can watch it. I can see the director had a passion. I can see he liked it for all the old classic cannibal films. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.